In the news tonight, SEDALPA not moved by Rambuka's proposed party. Speaker of Parliament rules Bulitavu to keep his seat. And more senior citizens turn out to get vaccinated.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
Good evening, Fiji. SEDALPA claims they're not shaken by Sitiveni Rambuka's recent political move to register his proposed party. Although the former party leader was the only SEDALPA candidate to net in more than 70,000 votes in the 2018 general election, Christina Uluwai reports that this was 43% more than what Ro Temumukepa won as party leader in the 2014 general election.
In our case, doesn't matter.
SEDALPA has made it clear that they are not swayed with the idea of contesting a general election with former party leader Sitiveni Rambuka.
We don't see them as a threat. Competitors, yes.
Rambuka, who won 77,040 votes for SEDALPA in the 2018 general elections, remains unbothered with his former party.
And have not tried to invade that territory of confidence from their parties.
When questioned about other highly voted party members who might jump ship in the next general election, Duru says,
Only time will tell. We got our plans. We forging ahead with our plans.
SEDALPA has lost 164,604 electorate with Rambuka and Nawaikula's absence from Parliament. An additional 14,137 votes from Linda Tambuya and Moses Bulitavu hangs in the balance in relation to previous feuds with the party. This equates to more than 170,000 candidate votes from these four highly voted SEDALPA candidates. Christiana Uluwai, FBC News.
Social Democratic Liberal Party Member of Parliament Moses Bulitavu will keep his seat in Parliament. This is the decision made by Speaker of Parliament Ratuipeli Nailatikau in response to a letter he received from SEDALPA to have Bulitavu vacated. Ratuipeli says there appears to be an internal dispute between SEDALPA and Bulitavu in relation to whether the directions issued by SEDALPA are valid. SEDALPA General Secretary Leneta Sinduru says they have accepted the ruling. However, Bulitavu's action is still subject to an internal investigation by the party, adding that the outcome of the investigation will decide Bulitavu's fate with SEDALPA.
Ongoing internal process. It's still yet to be completed. I will have to respect that process and not comment on that any further.
The Health Ministry has recently noted an influx in the number of elderly flocking to various vaccination sites to either get their first or second COVID-19 jabs. FBC News today visited the vaccination site in Wunimononosori, where majority of Fijians turned up to get vaccinated are the aged population. Details with Chasana Nunga.
Caring for the elderly is one of the highest honors, and this rings true for these young ones who accompany their older family members to receive the vaccine. A good number of them say they initially hesitated to receive the jab.
Initially, I told myself that I will not take the vaccine. However, the health minister, who is my nephew, called me yesterday and told me to get the jab.
I ignored the vaccine, but seeing the rise in death cases and a majority of them are elderly, I told myself that I need to be vaccinated.
Nurses also went beyond their boundaries to ensure Fijians with special needs are vaccinated, leaving no one behind.
Who would not want to miss all this government assistance? We can only qualify if we get vaccinated.
Iwamere Kudo kept reminding her grandmother to take the vaccine before she said yes to the jab last night.
It's so important to look after them. They are getting old.
The Health Ministry is urging families in the Suva Nosori containment zone who have the elderly members in their respective households to beef up their care upon them as they are at risk of becoming severely ill from COVID-19. However, if they tend to develop severe COVID symptoms, they can be accompanied by a family member to any of the 4 dedicated health facilities in the Central Division. Chosai Nanunga, FBC News.
The setting up of the Longani border has been a blessing in disguise for Longani youth members and aspiring entrepreneurs. About 10 unemployed youth are now resorting to a delivery business by using wheelbarrows to assist with the exchanges at the border, and a few villagers setting up a roadside stall. Josiah Nuga again with his story.
People may think it only happens in the city. No, it also happens in rural areas where young people can master the art of swift delivery using a wheelbarrow. This is like an extra job for me as I anticipate harvesting my crops and vegetables in months' time. Sila Central High School student Ricky Reid says he is making good use of his school break to earn at least $60 a week for his family.
All the earnings I get are for my family. We are in a very tough time, and little sacrifices from each family member would mean a lot. Every week, I've been assisting my family, buying groceries and paying bills.
With South Village businesswoman Winasi Watoloka says that most of her produce, which are normally sold at the Nosori market, is now selling like hotcakes at the border.
I normally sell cooked food, vegetables, fruits and pot plants. We usually prepare breakfast, especially for those who travel in the morning to pick their items from the border. I can earn $150 in a week.
These wheelbarrow boys are also prioritizing their health by strictly following COVID-safe protocols as they are in contact with people from different areas daily. Josiah Nuga, FBC News.
And to our latest COVID-19 update for tonight, Fiji had 644 new COVID-19 infections for the period ending at 8 a.m. yesterday. The Health Ministry also recorded 15 new COVID-19 deaths between the 9th and 12th of August. Fiji has recorded 39,386 cases since April this year. There are now 24,281 active cases in isolation, with 14,623 recoveries in total. The COVID-19 death toll now stands at 360. The vaccination campaign also continues around the country. As of yesterday, 532,640 or 90.8% of the population have received their first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. 209,547 or 35.7% have received their second dose. The 5 most vaccinated areas include Ba and Rewa, which are now 100% first jabbed. Next, Nadrunga, Nandi and Naitasiri. Ashika Kumar and Ashwin Kumar received their second dose of the vaccine at the Albert Park Drive-Thru Vaccination Center. They are encouraging their friends and families to get vaccinated so they can return to visiting their loved ones. Up ahead, agreement to assist SMEs expand business, and programs announced to boost commercial agriculture. The Minister for Economy and Attorney General used an agreement with Vodafone and the Reserve Bank of Fiji. Said Kayum says this agreement is part of the overall holistic approach to supporting micro, small and medium enterprises. Lena Rees reports that this will in turn drive SMEs the ability to market and sell their products online via Vodafone's VT-Cart platform.
This agreement will see Vodafone's VT-Cart provide a more sustainable alternative for MSMEs to advertise and sell their products online.
Government obviously saw this as an opportunity. Together with the Reserve Bank, we are providing funding. So for the next 2 years, any business that lists will be paying their monthly fee of $49 a month.
Businesses enlisting to VT-Cart will also be able to expand their customer base to buyers overseas.
A Fijian living in UK or Australia, New Zealand or West Coast of North America who wants to, for example, send flowers to their mother or spouse or wants to send a cake should be able to then pay the money online to the local cake shop, local florist, and they would deliver.
With more people switching to shopping online, stakeholders believe this will quickly give MSMEs more opportunities to grow their business.
One of the things that we've seen under this current environment is a lot of people are buying things online. So SMEs, when they join the VT card, they don't have to invest in this infrastructure. The infrastructure is already there.
1,000 people have downloaded the VT card app so far on their phones. And through the website, there is another 230,000 users who are using this platform.
Vodafone says there are 25 live merchants who load their products on VTCard, and currently there are 15 merchants who are in the process of being signed up to the online platform. To date, $1.8 million worth of transactions has gone through VTCard. Lena Rees, FBC News.
9 new agricultural support programs tailor-made to boost commercial agriculture has been announced. Minister for Agriculture Dr. Mahendra Reddy announced the new commercial agriculture programs, which were earmarked to drive the sector forward, stating that the programs were intrinsically linked to the vision of the new agriculture, Grow Beyond. Reddy says through these new programs, they are setting the foundation to expand commercial agriculture, help develop more youths, women, households, farmers and landowners as successful agricultural entrepreneurs, while at the same time further increase exports and increase household livelihood, income and quality of life and expand employment opportunities. Dr. Reddy also highlighted the new intensive dairy farms program was targeted at setting up 2 intensive dairy farms in the country.
We'll be providing the farmers who have established this dairy shed with the high-yielding breed of dairy cows. We will establish pasture and corn. We will provide startup supplementary feed for an year. We will establish fencing to ensure there's no intrusion of animals which could infect these new breeds with TB and brucellosis.
The government has carefully and progressively allowed businesses to reopen operations permitted within the framework of COVID-safe protocols, while virtually launching COVID-safe posters and banners for the business community. Minister for Commerce and Trade Fayaz Koya highlighted that the return to normalcy is actually a move towards adapting to the new normal, adding that businesses need to adapt to new ways of operating and be the pillars of change. Koya also reiterated the importance and responsibility of micro, small and medium enterprises in ensuring the posters are well placed and displayed in promoting and implementing COVID-safe business operations. The adherence to the COVID-safe protocols ensures that businesses continue operating, ensuring the safety of customers, employers and employees through protocols developed in consultation with Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation and the Suva Retailers Association, approved by the Ministry of Health. Ahead in sports, struggles motivate DAVEUA and Mangala arrives in hometown. There's some more coming up. Welcome back. Life struggles have taught Fijiana star Racheli DAVEUA to work hard for her dreams. As Karolani Tavi reports, this was something that motivated the Asawa native at the Tokyo Olympic Games, where the side created history by being the first Fijian female athletes to win a medal.
I went through a lot of struggles, but I keep pushing myself. You know, my mom and my dad, they never had all those things, you know. And for me, I believe in myself when I know I have that talents and gifts. I keep pushing myself.
Her challenges didn't end there.
Sevens, and I get injured from there, which is the back-to-back Hamilton and Sydney 7. I get injured at there, and then I flew back to Fiji, and then I get my rehab, which is good. I was so happy that the Olympic was moved into 2021, which is a big, you know, I have to rehab very nicely, you know, for me to fit back into the team.
DAVEUA and the Fijiana Sevens team has defied all odds and have now set the platform for other women in Fiji.
The only way we can convert the receptive from the public and also from the supporters is that we train hard, work hard as individual, work hard as a group, grow as a group, grow as an individual, grow as an...
Fiji Sevens Olympian Sireli Mangala arrived into Lambasa Airport this morning. Mangala was greeted by the Ministry of Health team in the north, who then took him into his mandatory 4-day quarantine before he can be released to reunite with his family. Other Sevens players who are yet to return to their homes are Yosef Omasi and Semi Randrandra. The team, along with a few Team Fiji athletes who were released from quarantine in Nadi yesterday following their return from the Tokyo Olympics. Fiji's successful golden outing at the Tokyo Olympics continues to inspire other sporting fraternities in the country. Fiji football in particular has congratulated the Sevens team in setting the bar for other sporting federations to follow. Venina Rakautonga with this story.
Fiji football head coach Fleming Siritzlev says there is much to learn from Fiji Sevens' gold medal win.
Performance at the Olympic Games, it was outstanding and really a big motivation for all other sports, and I can only congratulate as well players and staff in both teams with this fantastic performance. They are really putting Fiji on the world map.
Siritzlev says personally for him, the Golden Sevens team has given football many takeaways.
More looking at ourselves and try to bring our players, our own team in as good a condition as possible, and really working hard on our playing style philosophy.
Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee Chief Executive Lorraine Ma says Fijian athletes are gifted with the potential to stamp a mark.
Given the right resources, the potential, everyone always says that there's a lot of athletic potential in Fiji, and so this actually just proves that point.
The next Olympics will be held in France, and Fesanok hopes to take more Team Fiji athletes in 2024. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
Fiji Bati forward William Kikau and the Penrith Panthers have secured their spot in the NRL top 4. This follows their 36-16 win over St. George Illawarra Dragons at Suncorp Stadium last night. The second NRL match, the Roosters have leapfrogged Parramatta into the top 4 with a controversial late penalty goal, handing them a 21-20 win over the Broncos at Suncorp Stadium on Friday night. Brentford celebrated their return to the top tier after a 74-year absence with a memorable victory over Arsenal as they opened this Premier League campaign in style. The side thrashed Arsenal 2-0 with a goal from Sergi Canos and Christian Nogard. With fans back in the stands, the Spanish La Liga is also underway with the first game of the season played earlier today. Robert Lewandowski scored an opening day at the Bundesliga for the record 7th consecutive season as the side drew 1-1 at Borussia Mönchengladbach. This was the first time Bayern, who have won the past 9 titles, have not scored the first goal of the season since 2012. A weakening trough of low pressure lies just to the north of Fiji and is gradually moving north away from the group. Meanwhile, a high pressure system to the south of the country continues to direct fresh to strong southeast winds over Fiji. Now to the west, mainly fine weather. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, occasional rain was experienced. Up north, fine apart from a few isolated showers today. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 30 knots, gusting up to 35 knots, rough to very rough seas, moderate southerly swells. Turning to the tides, the next low tide is at 4:31 a.m. tomorrow. with high tide at 10:36 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:27. For tomorrow, cloudy with some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Outlook for Sunday, cloudy periods with brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the main islands. Recapping our main stories, SADALPA not moved by Rambuka's proposed party. Speaker of Parliament rules Bulitava to keep his seat, and more senior citizens turned up to get vaccinated. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we're asking, should more be done for women's rugby in Fiji? Visit our website to take part. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos via email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our various social media accounts. And you can also download our FBC app to keep updated with the very latest in news and sports and listen to our 6 radio stations live. That's your news for tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow. Madam Martha.